Vampire Month would not be complete without some strange addition none of us counted on.
That's how we ended up reviewing Kiersten White's Slayer set in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe.
Now, I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Whose name is Buffy? Seriously, how is it supposed to be super feminine? What? I haven't seen the show, okay? Like, not even a single episode, which leaves us with an interesting perspective for this review.
Someone who's seen the show and someone who hasn't.
Maybe I'm not the right person to be writing this review.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so I say, then the Watcher guy talks about this other guy named Giles, and you say,
Giles, he's a Watcher. British or something. With the name like Giles? Yeah, I see what you mean.
So, I mean, writer ignorance makes for an interesting review, but here we go.
Nina is a Watcher who's been feeling a bit off lately. Not off bad, off as in better than ever.
See, Watchers are human, and Nina is showing Slayer powers, which involves superhuman capabilities.
Hey, you learned a thing!
I learned a thing!
All Nina's life she's wanted to be a respected Watcher, but her mother has always pushed her away and kept her from doing anything important in Watcher society.
Nina's twin Artemis, on the other hand, has always been Nina's protector and had the job that Nina's always wanted.
But now that Nina has Slayer powers, she finds that she has a whole host of problems.
First of all, someone nasty is hunting a kindly demon that Nina doesn't want to care about but does, and there's a prophecy about her and her sister destroying the world.
And on top of that, Nina's mother is hiding something. Then there's the fact that Nina's super awkward crush Leo is back. There's also a ghostly demon haunting the castle. Oh, and someone's also trying to kill Nina and her sister.
So, a lot is going on. Like, a lot. Sometimes it felt like too much. I had a hard time keeping track of plot threads, who knew what, and what clues pointed to what plot thread. It was time-consuming.
Obviously, it wasn't boring. It just required a lot of concentration, and that was something I didn't necessarily want to give it.
I just kind of ended up skimming a lot because there was so much going on.
All the characters are well developed. Nina has to learn how to come to terms with what it means to be a Slayer.
She associates Buffy and Slayers with the death of her father, the end of magic and violence without thinking problems through.
And on top of that, Nina has self-esteem issues because her mother has always acted like she's unimportant.
And her sister Artemis isn't sure of who they are as sisters if she doesn't always have to protect Nina.
And around them is a host of characters who also have their own interesting personalities.
At the same time, the entire castle they live in is populated with characters who have to deal with the death of their entire organization and their way of life.
Unfortunately, despite this book being set in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe, it doesn't have a lot of vampire characters. Demons aplenty, but not a lot of vampires.
So there goes the whole what do vampires represent section of this review. It's the basic the other answer. Moving on.
Reading this book, there is enough of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer lore to make it feel grounded. It fits nicely in with the series.
And learning about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe for the first time, everything that you were being told felt like you were being told it in a very natural feeling way in the story.
Overall, Slayer was a decent book to read. It didn't grab me like some of Kiersten White's other books, but it wasn't bad.
I more or less felt the same way. I mean, the characters were well developed, there were some fun moments. There's too much to say about the plot, so if you want to know exactly what happens in this book, check out our spoiler reviews.
Slayer is a part of a duology, so we will be picking up the sequel when it comes out, and we are happy to read it when we get a chance to.
Thank you for watching our review of Slayer, guys. If you liked it, please leave us a comment down below and subscribe. Bye!